Alright, hi guys. How is everybody today? I hope you are all well. Alright, continuation of the tarot. And now we are going to go into the minor cards, the minor arcana. So how does everybody feel about the full moon ritual? Oh yeah. I always think somebody's going to answer me back. No, I'm kidding. I don't think that. Sometimes I do. So yeah, the full moon ritual. Anybody? Sound okay? I think it'll be fun. Always. It's always fun. Okay. Holy shit, you guys! The book is seriously getting longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. No idea when it's gonna stop. It's coming to an end. I can feel it. And I'm getting very touchy, pissy. It's because it's not done yet. But it's gonna be good. So, alright. The court cards. Practicalities. I can hardly see today. It doesn't help that I have these giant horse contacts in my eyes. So, alright, these are the court cards, the minor cards. The details that give detail to the major arcana. So, the 16 court cards in a typical tarot deck are the Page, Knight, Queen, and King. In each of the 4 suits in non-traditional decks like the Voyager and Mother Peace. Mother Peace. Never heard of that. They go by different names. Daughter, Son, Priestess, Shaman, or Child. Man, Woman, Sage. If you're just learning the tarot, using a non-traditional deck can be somewhat confusing. That would confuse the hell out of me. Stick to the Rider Waite. It's very easy to learn. Alright, the problem with the court cards isn't what you call them, it's what they mean. In this sense, they are rather like the old TV show, What's My Line? It's still on. That's not old. I just watched it last night. Oh, it was a rerun. Sorry. They're considered to represent people in our lives. Qualities or actual events, or even thoughts that we hold. Or above all, or all of the above. The truth lies somewhere in between. So the best way to understand the court cards is through trial and error. That is how I understand the cards. The court cards is trial and error. They're difficult. They are difficult. So this applies to all of the cards, but it is particularly important with the court cards. The surrounding cards also provide a valuable insight into about how a court card affects a question or issue. So if a woman is asking about her marriage, and the 5 of Cups turns up next to the court card, that represents her. Then it's likely she's grieving about the marriage. It's also likely that her husband has left her. If, on the other hand, the 8 of Cups turns up, then it's likely that she has made a conscious decision to leave. And she's finished with the marriage and is ready to move on. Reading for someone else is the easiest way to discover whether the court card meanings you have learned from books are meanings that work for you in your practice. It also helps if you can determine before reading how many people are involved in a specific question. That would actually explain a lot to do with my tarot readings lately. They do. That just, like a light bulb just went off. Suppose the person you're reading for is a married woman, or at least 35 or 40 years old, who is having an affair with a married man of about the same age. If you know this before you begin the reading, then you'll be able to identify the court cards when they turn up in a reading. You won't waste time trying to determine who the king and queens are and puzzling through their relationship to each other. That makes more sense, a lot more sense. But I'm like the significator card to represent you. I don't ever do that. I don't use those. I don't ever use that. I don't go above and beyond with the tarot cards. I just throw them down, literally, when I read. So, I don't know about that part. Alright. who is this woman? Who is she? The significance of court cards varies greatly among tarot readers. Let's take the Queen of Cups as an example. The textbook meaning of this card is that she represents a kind, nurturing woman who is probably a mother, but that's also the Queen of Pentacles. So, she possesses highly developed intuition and may represent a clairvoyant, someone involved in metaphysics. Alright, so Rachel Pollack in 78 Degrees of Wisdom describes the Queen of Cups as someone who joins consciousness to feeling. She knows what she wants and she will take the steps necessary to get it. That she always acts with an awareness of love. Okay, I like that card now. In the Mystic Tarot, the Queen of Cups is linked to Helen of Troy because she embodies many of the deep, complex qualities within which Helen appeared to possess. She is passionate, proud, and intense, refusing to bow to anyone, writes co-author Juliet Sharman Burke. Rose Gwain, in her book Discovering Yourself Through Tarot, has this to say about the Queen of Cups. A married Queen of Cups may not be committed to the marriage or to her job or to anything else she does. She may live in vain and with sensual fantasy world, always imagining possibilities for herself, but never doing anything to bring them about. As such, she may be idle, manipulative, deceitful, and materialistic. Hardly a rave review. That brings a whole new meaning to that card for me. Very different. Very different. So, James Wainless, creator of the Voyager Tarot, I've never heard of any of these decks whatsoever. Ever. Is far kinder. He calls her the Woman of Cups and says she is the rejoicer who feels and expresses the joy of life. I like that better. In Choice-Centered Tarot, what is that? Gail Fairfield refers to queens as fulfilling. She says that they symbolize competency. She defines the Queen of Cups as emotional or intuitive maturity. That's what I like. That's what I get from the Queen of Cups. So which definition is the right definition? You guys know? It's up to you guys. So, for one of your friend of ours, the person writing the book, a writer who had recently begun working with the tarot, the Queen of Cups came to symbolize a character she was developing, a clairvoyant, who also read cards for another friend. The Queen of Cups represented her own mother. She can also be a boss, a mother-in-law, the other woman, an older sister, a wife, a relative, or she may just represent qualities that you or someone close to you possess. I see those qualities. I don't see them as people. Sometimes they'll pop up, like in a reading. My mom, she'll pop up just to represent that quality in my life. So, where did I go, you guys? The Queen of Cups turned up in a reading for Anna, a young single woman who is facing difficult choices in a relationship. We described the attributes of the Queen and asked if the description fit anyone currently in Anna's life, someone close to her. There was a moment of awkward silence. Then Anna explained that the man she was involved with was married and had 2 children. The Queen symbolized the man's wife, which cast her appearance in the spread in an entirely different light. Wow. I've had that happen. Poor Anna. Poor Anna. Very sad. So did anybody watch Lucifer last night? It was fucking awesome. Seriously. That is the best ever. It was seriously incredible, you guys. Mom is back and she is Lilith. A very nice woman. A very nice woman. We all know Lilith here. No, there's nothing wrong with me today. I'm just tired. And allergies. They're bad. So, okay. Astrology and court cards. I love astrology. I'm very, very into astrology. So, many tarot readers associate the kings, queens, knights, and pages with certain astrological signs. We've included the most common assignations. I just can't pronounce that word, and I don't want to. But we don't recommend that you adhere to them too closely because it limits the possibilities in a reading. Besides, opinions vary about which court cards are associated with which astrological signs. So, the 12 signs of the zodiac are broken down into 4 elements that represent certain types of energy. Fire symbolizes imagination and creativity, which would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Air is mental and represents the intellect. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Water represents feelings, emotions, and intuition. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And Earth represents the body, material needs, corporal existence. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The suits of the minor arcana are built on a similar model. Wands are fire, swords the air, cups are water, and pentacles are earth. Virgo the Virgin. I guess born again. No, I'm kidding. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm kidding. Okay, when the Queen of Cups appears, she may or may not refer to a Scorpio woman in your life or in the life of the person for whom you're reading. But the chances are quite good that she refers to a nurturing, compassionate, and intuitive woman born under a water sign. So that's just a little snippet into astrology and the tarot, which I really like. I really like to see that, but I don't incorporate astrology into the tarot. I recognize it, that it's here, that it's within it, it's alchemical, but I just don't. Alright. Court cards as significators. This is the part that I just I've never understood. Kind of, but no. I don't use significator cards. So, a significator card is a card, obviously, that symbolizes whomever you're reading for. If you choose this significator before you start the reading, it can be based on the person's skin and hair color, astrological sign, and or age. Generally, a king represents a man and a queen, a woman. But genders can be tricky. Quite often in a reading, a queen will turn up that symbolizes qualities and characteristics rather than gender. A man may have compassionate, nurturing qualities that are usually attributed to a woman, the Queen of Cups. Sometimes a man might choose a queen as a significator because the qualities of the particular queen are qualities he hopes to develop in himself. Okay, now I'm getting more of an understanding of significator cards. That's making a lot more sense. Okay, so age, like gender, also can be tricky. While the king usually represents a mature man, there are differing opinions about how old he is. We have found the king is almost always older than the querent. The querent is the person you are reading for, asking the questions. But to assign absolute parameters to his age is restrictive. If you say he's older than 40, but in life, the person for whom you are reading for, the man, represents someone who is in his late 30s, then he might be dismissed as a possibility. So be flexible about the age of the king. I still don't get ages. I don't get any of that. It's more mental. When I read, I see my grandma, her face comes, she tells me things. But then again, I have studied these for a long time. Okay, so to some degree, this is also true of the queen. Her age span is wider than the king's. and she may be as young as 25. I'm 25, 22, 21, 21 again. Like the king, she is mature, but maturity varies from one individual to another. Again, be flexible and learn from experience. In time, you'll develop an intuitive sense about the specifics of these cards, and you will too. You will completely develop your own way of reading, your own layout, all of it, and it's so fun. It really is fun. So, some reader. Yes, I need to stop smoking. That is my goal. To cut back. That is my goal. Some readers assign certain physical characteristics to the king and queens. The Queen of Pentacles, for example, is described as a dark-skinned woman, possibly a foreigner. An earth sign with an excellent business sense, but to adhere too closely to this description can limit your interpretation of the cards. That's why I like my brief, general, very vague descriptions of the cards when I first started out. So it gave me room for creativity and art. Well, not art, kind of, yeah, art. It gave me more room for my own interpretations. So it made it that much better. So, in one 6-month reading, a woman chose the Queen of the Swords to represent herself. One of the possible meanings of the card is widowhood. So when it showed up in the first house, self, in a horoscope spread, my horoscope still says I'm going to be a whore today, so we suspected that she was recently widowed. I'm kidding. She confirmed that her husband had died less than a year ago. A year before. Strange. Very strange. Okay, the King of Pentacles appeared in the partnership position, since it clearly wasn't her dead husband and she hadn't assigned court cards to anyone else in her life. We drew a second card for additional information. The Six of Cups turned up. A sure indication that someone from her past, perhaps a childhood friend she hadn't seen in years, was about to resurface in her life. She claimed the man had already appeared. They had dated 30 years ago, before she had met the man she married. Aww. That's cute. That is seriously cute. The story behind my Ouija, my dad got me. My 1972 Parker Brothers. The story behind that one, I've told you guys, I know, but it's really, really sweet. A very sweet little old lady. I love my elderly ladies. They are just they get the white hair, the purple, the bluish tint. She had played the board, used the board, not played. She had used the board with her girlfriend in college, and it told her exactly the name of who she would marry, and she did. She actually married this guy like 30, 40 years later. Same exact name that board gave her. So that's why she didn't want it in her house anymore. How cute though. How sweet. I just think that is so sweet. I do. Alright, so, Knights and Pages. These two court cards often infuriate neophytes and pros alike, simply because their meanings are so diverse. Knights can represent people either gender between the ages of 25 and 40. It already pisses me off. Thoughts, situations, or movement. Sometimes they symbolize all four. Pages can represent messages or young people. I get very confused with those. I completely understand what they're talking about. Knights are rarely used as significators, but pages may be used to donate a child. In a given reading, however, how do you know which of the possible definitions the particular card represents? Okay, the advice that they give in the book. Our advice is to take a look at the surrounding cards. If the Page of Cups, birth, rebirth, renewal, shows up next to the Empress, motherhood, fertility, and pregnancy, and the reading is for a woman, then there is a very good chance that she or someone close to her is pregnant. The Empress always has shown me pregnancy. Always. If this combination shows up in a reading for a man, his wife or significant other may be pregnant, or he is in a period of increase, new projects, new ideas, or a new job. If the Page of Wands shows up in a spread about jobs and employment, then the good news about a promotion, a raise, or a new job is on the way. A Page of Coins might indicate that good news about money is imminent. Pages possess a marvelous quality of wonder about them. They often symbolize an enthusiastic student whose course of learning would depend on the suit. A Page of Coins might be a business student. A Page of Cups might be a student of the occult. Again, note the surrounding cards or draw additional cards for more information. If the Page and the Eight of Pentacles appear together, then the chances are quite good that the querent is or will be in school. The new skills result in a small increase in income. Knights often show up in readings when a person's life is in a state of flux, change or transition. Where did I go? They usually indicate situations, but can also represent people who are moving into or out of our lives. They can indicate physical travel and may precede a period in life when some long-lasting situation suddenly begins to change. The meanings assigned to the Pages and Knights are very widely. Eileen Conley considers the Knights emotional energies that explain a reaction to the seed planted by the Page. Mary Greer says Knights act on, are involved in, and committed to things indicated by their suit. They represent pure energy and often show you where you are putting your energies. For women, Knights often represent an animist figure, especially a romantic one. I like that one. So, Sandra Conrad pegs Knights as thoughts. The type of thought is defined by the suit. One reader we know sometimes interprets Knights as animals in our lives. Domestic pets, wildlife, we see frequently. Animals that fascinate us. You probably won't find that interpretation in a book, but the point is that it works for the reader. Regardless of which expert you read, his or her definitions may not necessarily work for you. As always, the best definition for any card in tarot is the one you learn through trial and error. Very true. Very, very true. So, alright, that's just a little bit into the court cards, or the minor. And we will go into Kings tomorrow. Yeah, they're just crazy. There's so many. There are so freaking many. It's crazy. So that is just a little summary of what we will be going into. So, if anybody needs my psychiatrist's phone number, it's right here in the book. But again, Power Tarot by Trish McGregor and Phyllis Vega. Oh, yes. Get the book. It's not pricey. Not pricey at all. It's $12. I don't know if it is now. You can visit this book on the World Wide Web at http://www.simonsays.com. How cool. How very cool. So, yeah, the book is, I want to get it finished. I want to get it finished. So I already have all my inspiration. Everything is there. It's all there. I'm finding it to be coming to an end. So, and then I can go on to my next book, because I have more ideas for another book. I just have to come up with my title now. And I'm very iffy about a title. I don't know where to go with the title. No idea whatsoever. That's what kind of pisses me off. But I do need an editor. So do I have any editors on here? I will pay you. I would pay somebody to edit my book. like completely edit it. Give me your price or work out a deal with me, because I am not rich by far. So yeah, it's tonight elevator, no, Friday night. Friday night is the new elevator with the lovely Jen and Sylvia Saska. It's gonna be amazing. Right here, right there. There we go, elevator. Don't miss it, Friday. It's gonna be awesome. So yes, I just need an editor. Somebody that will take all of my, what am I doing? My hair is bugging me. Sorry, I'm like fixing my hair and stuff. Yes, I just need to find just an editor. Somebody that's not gonna rob me blind. I am willing to pay. So I can actually submit my book to said publishing house and then see where it goes from there. So I think it'll be great. I think it's gonna, oh, God, I just want to read you guys one chapter, but I can't yet. It's gonna be so cool. So if you guys still have questions, I do have a chapter. Veronica, my grandma, she gives, I will actually tell you what she has talked on. So if you guys want to know anything in regards to, wow, that's a very big book. Alright, it's chapter 14. And this is Veronica on life and spiritual issues. So far this is what I've channeled directly from her. So Veronica on the Bible, Veronica on heaven, Veronica on hell, Veronica on being a guide, Veronica on love, Veronica on gratitude, Veronica on animals, Veronica on mediumship, Veronica on possession, Veronica on homosexuality. So if you guys want me to channel any kind of information from her about the other side, her heavenly dimension or whatever, she gives a lot of information about it. And I do see me and her, our beliefs, how they conflict. Well, they don't conflict at all. We have different opinions. It's really mind-boggling, weird. So if you guys want, just comment down below and let me know what you would like to hear or see, maybe. A topic that she could address. Something like that. She's very good at addressing topics. She's very good at speaking. It's very fun to channel her through the keyboard, because half the time I hear, well, I'm not used to computers. So I just tell her, just use my hands. Use my hands. And she does, and it's so strange. It is the best feeling in the entire world. It seriously is. So, yeah, if you guys want, just throw any ideas at me. Any ideas that you want her to answer, not me, her. It'll be channeled directly from her, not me. Well, it's coming from me, but it's channeled, it's by her. So those are her beliefs, not mine. Those are her opinions, her beliefs and ideals and ideologies, not mine. And they are very different from mine. But they coincide, but there's still a huge difference. Which I found when I went back and I reread what she had wrote. I was like, whoa. Wow. Seriously amazing and wild. It's seriously wild to see that. I was like, holy crap. And then she talks. It's weird because it's like a conversation between, the whole entire book is a conversation between me and her. Between me and her and the readers. So it's talking in third person, she's talking to me while I'm typing. She's talking to you guys, she's talking to everybody, and then I'm talking to people, and then I'm talking to her too. So it's like a huge conversation book. It's more of a collaboration. Yes, it is a collaboration of me and her. We did it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, whatever you guys want, just throw topics at me. If you guys have any cool ideas, anything that you do want answered, that you want to know about, I already gave you the topics that she already channeled information on. I can go back and I can add more to that chapter. So I do plan on it. I just don't know really what to ask her. I don't know what topics would be the most appropriate. So, not 100% sure yet. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to have her channel some more or type up some more information. And then I'm going to... Oh no. She's telling me her recipe for... her wives' tale recipes for warts and things are not in there. So I'm going to have to go back and look. Because now I hear that she wants that in there. It's fun. It's a fun process. It really is. So... But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the tarot part, the book part, Mass Magic definitely, Halloween, and then the full moon ritual it's actually on the 15th, not the 16th. iPhones lie. So, yeah, that's it. That's it for today guys. So thank you for watching very, very, very much. I love you all, with all my heart. And everybody, have a great day and be safe and have fun. And I love you all very, very, very much. I have smoke going in my eyes. So I will see you all tomorrow for Witchy Wednesday. And bye guys.